welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a little video or tutorial on how I do my brows. So first of all, I'm going to start with just showing you the products that I'll be using. So first things first, I always go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. I am in the shade Chocolate. It is a waxy pomade. Looks a little something like this. And I always use my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. This is the number 15, so it's the small angled brush. Looks a little something like this. So I use the dip brow to carve out the underneath of my brow to get a nice sharp line, and also to darken up my tail. And I use it in the middle of my brow also, just to fill everything in. I enjoy this because it also tames down some of the brow hairs. And so the next thing I will be using is the brow pencil. This is the Brow Stylist Definer by Loreal. This is in the shade Dark Brunette. I believe this is the darkest shade, and I also believe they only have 3 shades, which is kind of, hopefully they'll come out with more shades, because I mean, we all have different color brows. So I tend to go a little bit darker than my natural brow because my hair is quite dark. So on one side you get a nice spoolie here, and the spoolie helps brush out your brows before you start filling them in, during to help blend, and then after just to make sure everything is covered properly. So the product itself is a very small pencil. This reminds me a lot of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, which I used to use. The shade looks a little something like this. I'm enjoying it so far. So this I fill in a little bit everywhere, but especially in the front of my brow, because I have very sparse hairs there. So what I do is I brush them up with the spoolie, and then I'll make brush-like or hair-like strokes at the top of my brow. You'll see in the tutorial, but it just helps fill everything in and still making it look semi-natural. I used to use just this, but I found it was kind of getting a little blocky looking, so I decided to grab a pencil to help give it a bit more of a natural look. Not really natural, but that's alright. So after I'm done my brows, you'll see I always go in with a brow gel. Today I'm using the Essence Make Me Brow. This is the first time I've tried it, and I heard that it is a semi-dupe for the Benefit Give Me Brow, which is extremely expensive. This one is $3.99 Canadian, so great price. It has a spoolie at the end, not as small as the Benefit Give Me Brow, which, I mean, to me the smaller the better to really get that tail. This one is in the shade 02 Brownie Brows. So basically you use this when you're finished carving out your brows, filling them in and everything. This helps tame down your brows, and like I have a few in the front here that like to stick straight out like horns. So this helps me brush them up and keep them with all the other brows. I like the front of my brows to be going up, and then these ones tend to go to the side. I keep these, you know, in their natural position, and then these ones here I tend to flick them up a little bit. So this helps keep your brows in place all day long. And yeah, so it also, because it's tinted, helps fill them in a bit more, which is always good to have a little bit more coverage. To apply my brows today, I'm just using a small handheld mirror. This one is from Sephora. But besides that, I'll usually use a, you know, larger mirror that is magnified to go in and use it, to go in and do your brows, sorry. But yeah, that's about it. So we'll hop into the tutorial, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to go in with a spoolie first and just brush out my brow hairs like so. giving them a brush kind of sets them in the right direction. So now I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. I'm using an angled brush. And just filling in the tail of my brow, because that's where I want most of the color to go. So as I'm filling in, I'm just using small strokes and then moving towards the middle of the brow. Using the dip brow just gives me more of a sharper edge along the bottom of my brow. And then I fill in with a pencil. There. And then I'll go in and brush them a bit more. Just move them around a bit. And I'm just going to add a bit more just to deepen it up. And then as I'm going along the underneath of the brow, I flick up a bit just to blend it in. Just like so. And then I'm constantly brushing my brows as I'm doing them. And then I'm going to go in with the pencil and focus on making some brow strokes, like making them look like they're real hairs. And just going in and accentuating my arch a little bit. And then when I'm focusing on this front piece here, I want it to be not as dense as the middle and the tail. So I just go in and do small strokes, like so, just to fill those in a bit. Seems to be where my brows are most sparse. And again, gently using that pencil. And remember that your brows, both your brows are never the exact same. They kind of say like they're not twins, they're sisters. So your two brows are never going to look exactly alike. But I try and get them as close as I can. But don't get discouraged, because everybody's brows are like that. And again, just blending that in makes a huge difference going in with your spoolie after. And then same thing. So I do have a little bit of a gap right here I can see. Make sure you're kind of looking at all angles, because at some points you might see, you know, oh, I have a little bit of a gap here, and you don't see that at any angle. So it's good to kind of look around and make sure that you're not missing any little parts. There, so I'm happy with that brow. So after that, I'll go in with a brow gel. This is good to kind of help tame the brows that you naturally have and keeps them from going in different directions. So I'm going to take a bit of the product off of the spoolie and just apply a little bit of brow gel. It also helps keep your brows, you know, the hairs going where you want them to go, and again, keeps them from moving during the day. So I find this one is a little bit wet, so I'll go in with the spoolie from my pencil again and just get a bit of the excess off. And I like my front part of my brow to go up, and then the rest kind of goes to the side, and then the tail goes down. So that's it, and then you have your brows. So that is the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next time.